see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on my channel, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's just get into the video. So today my lovely topic is going to be talking about my neck scar, the process, what I've been through, everything under the sun. So yeah, I'm gonna start once I get into this next. So back to the story of how my neck ended up like this. This is what the scar looks like. So let's backtrack to like the year 2020. Just walk down memory lane and what I remember. Okay, so my neck would literally get like this whole side would just be so swollen. Like if I was to work, if I was to do long shifts at work, if I was to do anything, my neck would like get swollen. That's when I first noticed it. I was like, my neck does not look the same on it's still kind of swollen, but you know, it's healing. But I was like looking at it and I'm like in the mirror, and like at first I didn't even tell my mom nothing. Like I didn't tell nobody nothing because I'm like, it's gonna go away. Like in my head I'm like, it's gonna go away. Like, but then I started getting symptoms like gradually. So like in the beginning it was slow. Like whatever it was, I was going to ultrasounds. I'm telling you, like I would go doctor to doctor because it was to the point where I wasn't believing these doctors because I was like, there's something wrong. Like if I got sick, I used to have a good immune system, but once I started this neck problem, I would get sick a lot and it would just be like, what the hell? So I kept noticing it. So like I was keeping track, and then it got to a point where when I was starting my symptoms, I had to tell my mom because I was like, at this point, this is like not unbearable, but it was really to the point where I felt like I'm not going to be able to work as much. I'm not going to be able to do as much because it was like my body was shutting down. And I was kind of getting worried because I was like, you know, I'm a workaholic. I'm going to work for my money. I'm very independent. I don't like to rely on others. And I'm very go-getter, you know. So a lot of people know that about me. Like my family, everybody that's close to me. So, you know, I kind of was mentally struggling because I was like, my health is getting, you know. And mind you, this is like from 2020. And then just recently when I got this done, you know. So I was kind of struggling for a while. I was like, you know, and I kept pushing. I kept working. I kept, you know, I just kind of accommodated my body. Like if my body was not feeling it, I had to call out. Like when it got like towards the end, it got so bad. Like I thought it was the end of the world. In my head, like I was to the point where my mental was drained. I was crying a lot. Like I was very nervous because I was like, at this point I want to give up. Like I really did. So then it was like I had got my wisdom teeth taken out this year. Was it this year? Yeah, it was. It was like April. Okay, I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and by this piece of crap doctor, and that's another story time. Y'all will know about it. And so my dog's doing some funny shit right now, and it's so funny. It's so cute. She's so funny. She's like over here digging her blanket and stuff. So, okay, but I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and I ended up with a bacterial infection. That was the scariest day of my life too, because I'm not even gonna speak on that because that is so touchy to me. Like they were okay, we're not gonna get to that story time because I got this really bad infection in my mouth. Mind you, I've been dealing with this neck thing, so I know that the bacterial infection might have made it worse than it was, but that's not the cause of it. So, um, I got the bacterial infection. I was going through symptoms. I'm telling you, like throughout these years, I was itching. Like I'm telling you, I could take a shower and I would still be itching. Like made no sense at all. I would be sweating. Like I used to love being in the sun, tan and everything. I could not stand the heat no more. Like I felt like I was dying in the sun. I always need a fan on me. I still get like certain symptoms a little bit, but it's not as severe. But um towards the end I was shortness of breath. I felt like I couldn't do nothing. Like I felt like I was literally hauling 300 pounds on myself. Like I was like, you know. And I'm gonna tell you about a little more about my symptoms toward the end because they got really bad. And that's what made me go to a doctor and really be like, I need this, you know. So, I was having symptoms, like, I'm telling you, like, really, they started just gradually getting worse, but I would try to maintain them in the best way possible, which is, man, I was crying, I was, you know, because I felt like, you know, I've been dealing for this for so long, like nobody's helping, you know. Doctors nowadays are really just, you gotta find the right one. So fast forward to when I got my bacterial infection. I knew it was bad, like, you know, I knew that was the worst. I never had a bacterial infection in my like mouth from my wisdom teeth. And I did everything. Like I'm telling you, like I tried, like, you know, but I'll do another story time on it next and you'll understand where, you know, stuff happened. Da da da. So piece of crap doctor, that's all I'm gonna say. Which I have lawyers working to see if they could take my case. But so after that day, it was in April, May, I think May is when I started feeling my symptoms and everything just coming back so much stronger. Like I thought it was worse before with my neck. No, it just got worse. After I got the bacterial infection under control, it just got worse. You know, I just felt like, so I called my doctor up. You know, I did a video visit. I was like, I need an ultrasound. Like, I need an ultrasound because, well, really, I asked for a CT scan because I was like, I really like was doing my research and I was like, you know, I already knew it was my lymph nodes, y'all. So I already knew what it could have been, you know. So, you know, especially for it going as long as I did and the symptoms that I had, you know. So I asked my doctor, I said, I want a CT scan. They said, your insurance might not approve it right now, so we're going to do an ultrasound first. So they do the ultrasound. The lady was really nice. She was talking about DoorDash on the side, whatever she does on the side, whatever, right? She's like, it might just be allergies because it's spring and da-da. But in my back of my head, I knew I've been dealing with this longer. Some people just, you know, go to get certain things checked out, whatever the case. You know, they always talk you down to something lesser to just keep you calm, but you just never know. So, I got those results. Hello, it's the next day. I'm gonna finish my story. It's just I had to finish it today. So, what I was saying in the last clip is I got my results back from the 1.9, and they were saying it didn't look benign. Basically, benign means not cancerous, right? So I took my happy self and I found an ENT for my neck. Not my happy self. Really, I wasn't happy. because I was like, but I was so ready to find answers. I was ready. So, I found a doctor, and he sees the results. He's like, I give him the rundown how I've been dealing with this for 2 to 3 years, like, and he's like, he does an ultrasound of my neck, and he says we're gonna do a fine needle aspiration. Okay. So in my head, I'm like, I'm just a little bit closer to getting answers. So I was really happy. Like, I was really in my head, finally a doctor's listening to me. So basically, once that all transpired, I got my final aspiration, and that process was pretty quick. It wasn't really that painful. They just lay you there, they numb the site, they use an ultrasound thing to put the needle and take the cells or whatever they need, right? They got like 3 samples or something, right? And my results come back, no diagnosis. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, mind you, while I was there, they were like, I'm gonna go check with the pathologist to make sure that we have enough. So he comes back and he said we have enough, and I get my results and there's no diagnosis. So now I just feel like I'm back to square one with this neck thing, and and it was kind of painful, like the recovery. Like, some people say that that it's not really that painful or should be that painful. For me, it was painful, and when you'll understand why later on down the line, because I was just as surprised as when y'all gonna hear what happened. So basically, he sends me to another doctor, and he's like, no. So see, I'm skipping. So basically, this is what happened. So they have no diagnosis. So in the report, in the pathology report, it says we recommend excisional biopsy, which is this. And so I felt like I was back at square one, but I was like, moving a little slower. So I was kind of content. So I was like, okay. He sends me to this doctor, and this doctor's like, a piece of work, a piece of crap. He's like, don't worry about it. Mind you, I went in there with my mom because I was like, and I was already kind of on edge, new doctors, you never know how they're going to be. So this one was a piece of work, piece of crap, everything under the sun. So, what happened? I go in there, right? Nobody understands what's going on. Like, I'm just here for evaluation, basically, to see stuff. And, one nurse is talking about they think they doing a procedure now. Like, no, that's dumb as hell. Like, you don't even do a procedure. If they do it in the office, that's kind of stupid, because this, you wouldn't have been able to do that shit in the office. I don't know what they was thinking. The doctor comes in and he's like, doesn't sit down, doesn't ask me anything, doesn't read my papers, my history, anything. Doesn't try to. He was just clocked out. He was like, I don't know. So he was a piece of work. And he's a piece of work when he gives you a refund for your copay. That's how you know he's a piece of work. So basically, I said, by the end of that appointment, I was crying, because I was like, I got so far and then I got so backwards. Like, I'm just like, dude, I'm tired, I'm drained. So I went to this other doctor. And sorry, y'all, it's early in the morning. I went to this other doctor, And I knew he was gonna be good because I looked at his reviews. They were good, like all the way. Like, to know what he studies is he was good. So he was 100% the doctor I needed. So I was so happy. I got an appointment. I think I had to wait a little bit though. So it was the first week of September. I went and I saw him. When I saw him and I told him what was going on, he was assuming it was like he was leaning towards B lymphoma. Um, so we got a CAT scan. Um, he got he gave me a paper to get a CAT scan. So I was relieved. I was like, finally, I'm getting my CAT scan because that's all I've been wanting. Ultrasounds, you can see certain things, but a CAT scan is more in depth. It was a CAT scan with contrast. So I was really pleased to be like, yes, I'm finally getting what I want to get. A couple steps, I go do the CT scan. They only are seeing one big lymph node, right? Which that's what I kind of assumed, but like by this time my symptoms have gotten bad. Like my neck was hurting, like my throat, it was pushing on my throat so bad that like my throat just like it was terrible. Like I started like really having shortness of breath because of my airway. Like it was so severe. Like at this point I'm like going through it because I'm like, man, I can't do nothing. I can't this. I have to shorten my work. I have bills, like I'm going through it mentally. So this is basically what I got the CT exam results and it grew. The lymph node has grown. It was a 1.9, y'all. Now it's a 3 centimeters. So in my head, within those months, I'm lost, confused. Why is it going so severe right now? Like, why is it growing the way it is? So I was kind of confused, but I could kind of know that it was growing because the pain I was in. And so we set up for the excisional biopsy, okay? And I was ready, He said it's possible to take him out, take the one out. So in the beginning, it was one that everyone has seen. Like, we just knew one. So it's procedure day. I have to get up like 4:30. Mind you, I just worked the night before, didn't get off till 10, barely got any sleep, which I didn't care because I'm going under. So I'm not really going to walk down that process with you. It's just a lot of like prepping. You go in, every doctor sees you, they talk to you. It's the same procedure for every type of surgery. It was an outpatient surgery. And I was nauseous, so I was out for a lot because they had to give me something strong for my nausea. So I kept falling asleep because they didn't give me like the regular, nauseous medicine. They gave me something like stronger because they did, because it was bad. So the doctor went and talked to my mom. I heard this after I was out of surgery. My mom told me. So the doctor told my mom, and was like, the doctor told my mom, it was like, I took 3 lymph nodes out. And I was like, we only saw one. Where were the other 2? Like, He was like, he basically said that they were behind the one. So it was 2 big ones that were over 3.5 centimeters. Like these lymph nodes were almost a 4 at this point. In a month. So that tells a lot. And then what's it called? There was one that was a little bit smaller behind that. So there was one behind that one. It was a little bit smaller, but he took it out because it looked abnormal, which I appreciate. So I got my results on that Friday. It was not cancer, which is good, but it's called reactive follicle lymphoid hyperplasia. So that's the long ass medical name for it, which I still don't know a lot about. I mean, but it's okay. At least it's not cancer. Healing is a big ass scar. You know, it's life. Like, you go through trials and tribulations. Just fight through. You can kind of tell my neck's swollen a little bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know how long this swollenness, this everything. Then I had like under here. It's like, so if you feel on your other side, you know how you could feel and there's not pain or tenderness. On this side, it's so tender. Like, just rubbing it hurts. So I don't know about that. I don't know how long it's gonna take for like the full healing process. I'm probably gonna wait like 3 months or 4. See if like under here gets better, or if my swollenness, because, you know, if this is gonna be a process that keeps happening, there might be something else going on. You know, you never know. So it's life. I did it. I got through it. Happy it's not cancer. I still have symptoms here and there. They don't just go away. They don't. They might subside a little bit, but I still itch. I still, you know, get hot. I haven't noticed like shortness of breath as much, which is good. But it was, you know, it's life, man. You gotta live through it, and you gotta just get through it and make your life the best that it could possibly be through the struggle, there was so many tears, so much depression, so much, how is this gonna affect me, you know? It still affects me, you know? Like, it's not just because they take it out, oh, your body's healed all the way. No, it's not. And that's the one thing I think I'm like kind of struggling with. I would think like, you know, oh, when they take it out, my body's just, no. Your body doesn't just bounce to normal. It takes a long time. So it's a struggle, but I'm living through it every day, pushing through. But that's one thing, like, you have to learn, like, in your mind or anything behind it, like, regardless of what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you'll be fine. Like, and there was days where I was crying and I just wanted to end it all. Like, I'm telling you, like, I was tired, you know, like, I've always had a health problem here, a health problem there. Like, it's kind of draining. It's expensive, you know, like, when you have to live like that, it sucks, because why can't you just be like everyone else and go party, drink, smoke, vibe, everything? Yeah, I couldn't drink, smoke, none of that. Like, I'm telling you, like, I had to be sober as a, you know, I couldn't even just do it for fun, you know. I got to a point where I couldn't even feel like I could breathe with, like, smoke, whether it's nicotine, weed, you know. I truly felt like I could not, like, breathe, like, just around it. I just felt like right when I would smell it, it's just like everything just, and I still feel like that with nicotine. Like, I don't know, like my body has changed so much. But I'm living, I'm growing, I'm learning, and it is what it is. I'll never stop fighting for my health and what my body needs, and there might end up be something else involved in this, health problem that I really don't know about, so that kind of, I was losing my hair. Like, I'm telling you that my hair hasn't been falling out as much, but my hair wasn't growing. My hair was just falling out. Like, I don't know. Right here, you can kind of tell, like there should be hair, like, right here. And then you can kind of tell. So, and then in the back, like, my hair's just so thin. Like, my hair used to be long, luscious, everything. And I think that's where, like, the depression comes in, is because, like, I didn't like my hair. I didn't, like, I was wondering, why did I ever cut my hair? My hair never grow back. Like, it's so much things you just think about, you overthink, you go through in and out. But I got through it. Anybody can get through it. I still have my scar, obviously. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal. They're dissolvable stitches, Life is life, and but get through it, push through it. You got this. And if you are fighting cancer, just keep fighting. If you feel there's nothing left to give, just keep fighting, because you might be able to truly fight it all the way. Health problems too, like, if you feel like a doctor isn't listening to you, keep going to another doctor, till you get your answers, because we have to speak up about our own bodies. We only know what's going on with our bodies, So I think that's very what's big in a lot of doctors. If you watch this, I'm gonna just let you know, please, some of these doctors that are crap, and the ones that are good need to give a little 2 cents to the ones that are a piece of crap, because it's draining. Like, how do you become a doctor and you just do the things you do? I mean, but the doctor that did my neck, he was very good, very, like, had bedside manners, was listening, was hearing me, was acknowledging, like, everything. And when you find a doctor like that, that's the key. Because if you feel something in your gut about a doctor that's wrong, or like you don't feel comfortable with that, don't do it, because I'm telling you, your gut will always be right before anything. So I love you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I have more videos coming. I plan to do the dentist, the piece of shit dentist, next video, because that's a long story. And it's life, like, this is some crazy stuff, especially health. Like, don't play with me, don't. All right, so bye. I love you guys, and I'm out of here.